Hey, how you doing? Nick Digilio here, celebrating the month of October, the best month ever, and the best holiday ever. The only holiday that should ever exist is Halloween. So every day I've been posting these videos where I've been randomly grabbing a movie out of my closet, my DVD, Blu-ray closet, and telling you about it. Horror movies that you should turn on, you should watch. I know a lot of people like to watch a couple of horror movies a day during the month of October. I personally think you should watch 5 to 10 horror movies a day throughout the year, but that's just me. But I know October's a big, so I've decided that every day in October I'm going to post a video and randomly grab a movie from my collection, tell you about it, and hopefully you'll check it out. Please give to my Patreon page. You can donate, please. All the stuff that I do is free, so go to patreon.com/NickDShow. Donate today, as little as $3 a month you can donate. You know, it's like a bottle of water and a bag of Doritos. I think you can afford that. I hope you can help out. And it is patreon.com/NickDShow. $3 a month. You go to patreon.com/NickDShow, you donate, and you'll get bonus material like the story behind what really happened at WGN, the real story. That's there, so check it out. Also, check out my podcast, the Nick D Podcast, every Tuesday and Friday, brand new episodes, radiomisfits.com. Google the Nick D Podcast. It's available everywhere, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, everywhere. And we're doing a live edition of the Nick D Podcast, me and Esmeralda Leon, on stage at the Zanies in Rosemont, Zanies Comedy Club in Rosemont, November 15th, Tuesday, November 15th, 7:30 start. Tickets are on sale now. Order your tickets now at rosemont.zanies.com. We're giving away prizes. We're going to tell great stories, do some greatest hits from the podcast, surprise guests. It's going to be awesome, and we want to pack the place. So please come out and support the Nick D Podcast live Tuesday, November 15th, Zanies in Rosemont. Okay. All right, let's get on to it. I've been grabbing randomly out of my closet. I grabbed a whole bunch. I grabbed 31 DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. Just grabbed them, kind of threw them around, stacked them up here, and I don't know which one I'm going to talk about. And every day I've been posting videos to help you pick a horror movie to watch a day. So let's do it. This is number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. See, number 9. Turn me on, dead man. All right. So I'm randomly going to grab. Okay, I've got a bunch here. Okay. Huh. All right. Yeah, man. All right. Lucio Fulci's Zombie. I don't know if you can see that this cover kind of, look, his eye opens. Ooh. Worms move. Oh. 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 Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Lucio Fulci, what can I say? My Pazan. One of the greatest Italian crazy-ass Italian horror maestros of all time. The Italian horror movies, they're fucking nuts. Dario Argento is another guy. He doesn't do the same kind of movies that Fulci does, but they're all kind of in that camp. The sub-genre of crazy Italian over-the-top gore horror movies, it's a great genre. And this guy is the godfather of the gore genre. Fulci, and then you got Argento, and there's a whole bunch of other guys. But Fulci made stuff like, in addition to this legendary movie, he made The Beyond and City of the Living Dead, House by the Cemetery, New York Ripper, Manhattan Baby, a bunch of other crazy, Zombie 2, Zombie 3. Fulci, one of the gods of Italian horror cinema, one of the grand maestros. This was advertised as, it was released kind of as a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, because in Europe, Dawn of the Dead was called Zombie. So this was released as kind of an, it was not the actual sequel to Dawn of the Dead, but they made sure that you thought it was. A lot of these Italian movies that Fulci made, that other directors made in the 70s and 80s, 80s especially, were advertised to be connected to other movies that they weren't connected to. Like they were sequels to American movies that made a lot of money. They would just, like a lot of these movies, like Gates of Hell, all these other movies, they would have different names. It would probably, like Fulci's movies, if you look up Fulci's movies, you look up the names of his movies, they all have like 14 different titles. They have like alternate titles. This was called this in this country. It was called something else in this country. It was titled something else, So all of Fulci's movies have at least 5 or 6 alternate titles that were used in different parts of the world when they were released. And somehow they tried to connect them to successful American movies or successful Italian movies, whatever. These were exploitation movies. They were fantastic, gory, over-the-top, usually low-budget, outrageous exploitation movies that the Italian subgenre, the filmmakers of these subgenres would make. And anything they could do to release them, connect them to another movie, change the ad campaign, change the title, they didn't give a shit. They wanted to make money. They wanted to make money in the grindhouses. They wanted to make money in the drive-ins. It was a glorious time for movies. So this has about 12 different titles, but we know it has Zombie. It's a classic. It is a total ripoff of Dawn of the Dead. It came out a couple of years. What is it? 80? Yeah, it came out a couple of years after Dawn of the Dead. 3 years, I think, after Dawn of the Dead. Oh, look, I have another coaster. So anyway, so it's basically it's an island, zombies, people killing, shooting, gory. Great zombie makeup. This guy is one of the most legendary zombies of all time. The makeup is fantastic. It was shot on a low budget. It's full on Fulci. It's badly dubbed into English. So the dubbing is weird. The story doesn't make a lick of sense, but it doesn't fucking matter. This is like, it's an island full of zombies and people getting killed, getting eaten, and zombies getting shot in the head, and great quality kills, incredible gore effects, incredibly memorable zombies. There's a goddamn zombie that fights a shark in this movie. Yes, one of the great, and there's a dude dressed up like a zombie actually fighting a shark, like a real shark. This is how fucking crazy Fulci was. The people who made these movies were nuts and shameless and insane. They put a guy in a zombie costume, they threw him in the water, and he fucking wrestled with a shark. A real goddamn shark. So there's zombie wrestling sharks, zombies swimming. First time zombies were aqua. Fantastic. Zombie sharks. It's fantastic. Incredible headshots, blood everywhere, gore, arms getting ripped off. Fantastic zombies. One of the greatest and most memorable kills, torture, gore sequences of all time. The famous eye sequence where the zombie grabs the back of this girl's head and slowly puts a shard of wood. He breaks through a door, and these shards of wood stick out. And he grabs her by the back of the head and then slowly pushes her eye into a big piece of wood. And it goes into the eye and slowly pushes all the way through into her head. And you see it in all glorious close-up. The wood shard going into the eyeball and just peeling the eye back, and the wood shard going into the eye. Close-up. You can't get away from it. It is legendary. Look, there's some gore here. You can see it there. And there's and Fulci is responsible for some of the greatest, most outrageous, most insanely bloody, gory, pussy, horror effects and gore of all time. It's an amazing movie. It is Zombie. It's one of the greatest zombie movies ever made. It's a total ripoff. It's a total ripoff of Romero. It's a total ripoff of that genre, and it doesn't matter because 80% of the subgenre Italian horror maestro gore movies are ripoffs of other movies, and they're glorious. They're fantastic. Fulci rules. Zombie is classic. If you've never seen it, this is one of the quintessential zombie movies of all time. Of all time. It's classic. And again, shard of wood through the eye, one of the greatest makeup horror, just like incredibly visceral and oh my god, I can't watch it moments ever filmed. So Fulci, Zombie, classic. That would be movie number 9 of the 31 days of Halloween. So you should watch Lucio Fulci's, watch a ton of his crazy ass movies. Zombie, I think probably the masterpiece, the quintessential Lucio Fulci movie, and you should watch it during Halloween. All right, but watch out for your eye.